Hi guys, I'm back from my short break. Thanks for sticking around, and let's get things right back on track, starting with ancient structures. Pyramids are like magnets for mystery. They hold so many secrets. When were they constructed? Were they built by extraterrestrials or man? If it was man, how did they do it, and why did they do it? I am a big fan of the theory that we are a species with amnesia. This idea first took root after I discovered the writings of Graham Hancock, a man whose work I continue to push here on the channel. This because I think he is on the money with his theories. I have looked at many sites around the globe and commented on the similarity of the use of pyramids in their design. Egypt gets most of the limelight when talking about pyramids, closely followed by the impressive Mayan constructions. But as time passes, we are finding more of these angular mystery structures all around the globe. So let's take a look. Welcome to IF, videos on history and mystery. Hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you never miss a video again. I have talked about pyramids in Antarctica, pyramids in Egypt, and the pyramids located in South America. Another location for one of these mysterious monuments is the Bosnian Pyramid. The structure has been the butt of many a joke by established archaeologists, but now it looks like it will be providing evidence that it is a structure constructed in antiquity. The Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun is roughly a third taller than the Great Pyramid of Egypt. The Pyramid of the Sun is constructed of 5 thick layers of concrete and uses sandstone slabs almost 1 meter thick for each of its layers. Each layer then containing a 15 centimeter layer of clay in between. Underneath the concrete and clay, the inner pyramid consists of sandstone blocks. The concrete blocks covering the hills are being excavated, and samples of the concrete have been sent to reputable labs all over the world and tested. These tests resulted in several interesting findings about the concrete's properties, this supporting the idea of a pyramid older than those in Egypt. This coming after years of mainstream science saying it was nothing more than a natural formation. Maybe we can dig deeper into this mystery at another time. In this video, I'm not looking at southeastern Europe, the Arctic, or the deserts of Egypt. We are looking at Asia, and a country more famous for its wall. That's right, China. Around 40 ancient structures have been located spanning the country, and as with the Mayan and Egyptian cousins, they form a network that seems to reflect the stars above. It is claimed that these massive Chinese pyramids were built to align with the astronomical markers, a theory common to the majority of pyramids found around the globe. The pyramids have stood for thousands of years and have become woven into Chinese myth and legend. They share many of the same features found on the structures located in other countries and on other continents. The engineering used in their construction is remarkably accurate, the angles of the pyramids aligning to the cardinal points with only minor inaccuracies. This inaccuracy could be down to the shift of the Earth's crust and the change in the Earth's orbit over the many centuries these structures have stood. However, this error may have been purposeful. The 14 degrees by which the pyramids are off may show that they were indeed aligned to heavenly bodies, rather than marking points of a compass. One man thinks he may hold the key to unlocking this mystery. Italian scientist and astronomer Giulio Magli has proposed the hypothesis that whoever constructed the Chinese pyramids was not aiming for the alignment of magnetic north, but for an alignment with the North Star. Magli researched many of the 40 pyramids, no small feat in a country which is so secretive and closely guards its historical narrative. Using the movement of the Earth, which is commonly known as the precession of the equinoxes, this being the motion of the equinoxes along the ecliptic, the plane of Earth's orbit, caused by the cyclic precession of Earth's axis of rotation. Such a motion is called precession and consists of a cyclic wobbling in the orientation of Earth's axis of rotation over a period of around 25,800 years. This measurement would place stars in different locations of the sky in the past and is often used when looking at ancient sites and how they mark celestial events. Going back to Egypt, once again, it is widely accepted that the pyramids of Giza match the stars of Orion's belt. We know from ancient writings that the Egyptians believed that their gods descended from the belt of Orion. This direct correlation between the constellation of Orion and the pyramids at the Giza Plateau is almost common knowledge today. However, many people remain unaware of the fact that the descending passage of the Great Pyramid pointed to the pole star Alpha Draconis, this making it the North Star at that point in time. Is this a possible link to the pyramids found in China? It does seem to make some sense. The North Star was and still remains an important astrological body in Chinese tradition. The star is seen as the ruler of all others, the great emperor of the heavens. Alpha Draconis is a star associated with dragons, a creature common to Chinese culture, but more on that later. Magley used a combination of satellite images, maps and other documents to study these pyramids, and he found that the structures could be grouped into two types. The structures in the northwestern region near Xi'an along the Hui River align to the cardinal points north, south, east and west. The second group does not. They match with his theory and mark the North Star. This is when our shape-shifting old friends slip their slimy way into the story. It has long been proposed that these ancient sites were constructed by extraterrestrials. Could this curious alignment with the North Star be pointing us to an answer? Alpha Draconis is said to be home to the alien race known as the Draconians, or as they are known in popular culture, the Reptilians. This idea may have a few eyeballs rolling, but it does fit well with the history of the Reptilians and their proposed goals and agenda. It is said that humanity has been aware of the reptilian presence on this world since ancient times. It is presented in Chinese mythology and Indian literature with the stories of the Nagas. European Celtic cultures often depicted reptiles in their artwork. There are many myths of snakes and dragons. Could these pyramids and stories be what remain as evidence of this race's arrival, a time before they went into hiding, becoming the secret hand in history that we hear about today from the likes of David Icke and other theorists? Did they arrive on our world and set out to rule, building these structures as monuments to their power, or for a purpose we have yet to understand? What do you think? Who built the pyramids? Do they show that there was a global civilization in the long distant past? Or was it the work of aliens arriving on the planet set to enslave us all? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like what I do here on the channel, hit that red button, like and share. You can catch the latest by searching We Are If. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.